All right, everybody, welcome back to MAPOP Sports. This is Grandy. If this is your first time here, welcome. Appreciate you guys checking out the channel, checking out this video. If you guys are returning, welcome back, guys. Hopefully everybody had a great week or having a good week and a good weekend. So decided to record this over the weekend. I haven't done this in a while, so I just figured I'd kind of catch up in regards to Q&A, in regards to selling sports cars full-time, my experience, all that. So this is what this video is always about if you guys are new here. I try to do this once a week or once every other week whenever I get an opportunity. If you have questions, follow me on my Instagram. Links in the description. Feel free to DM me a direct question if you want. Or if you just comment below on any of my videos, some questions, I try to go back through them and try to answer as many questions as I can possible without missing any. I hope not. I don't know. I miss a few. It is what it is, man. We get tons of questions, which is cool. That just means the hobby is good and a lot of people are interested in sports cards. So here we go. Let's start it off. Number one. Somebody asked about my photo storage. After I scan, I have a scanner, the Fujitsu FI8170. So somebody was just asking, what do I do with the storage of the scans? They're just regular pictures. They don't take that much room. I have an external hard drive. I actually do a backup system through that. Through the software, the program I use, so this I answer somebody else's questions. They were asking what software I use, application I use. I use Chrono Cards, and what Chrono Cards does is that applications allow you to back it up. Back up a lot of the memory, whatever listings you have through your eBay store, and pictures and scans. So if you want to go ahead and save it through that, you can. It's up to you. I really don't want to save that much. I mean, once you scan and put it on your eBay store, I don't really think I need it. However, on down the road, if you want to relist this onto a different platform, things like that, you can possibly do something like that. But if you want to save your scans, I highly recommend just getting like an external hard drive for like a terabyte or 2 terabytes. You can probably get them nowadays under like $100. So those external hard drives are super convenient. I use it for whatever videos I used to create or edit, all that stuff. So even all my videos here, after I edit, I back it up that way too. So that's what I do with the pictures on that. So that leads into the application, the Chrono Cards. Why? That's the one I use. I don't use Card Dealer Pro. I use Chrono Cards. I think I talked about how I had an issue with them previously. Shout out to Chrono Cards. Customer service was bar none. They responded as soon as I told them I had an issue. They fixed it, and I'm back up and running. So they literally respond within a day. So their customer service, Chrono Cards, I have to give it top notch. Reason why I use Chrono Cards is because of the Excel format. The format, I prefer. I feel like it's easier. They have an eBay connector system. You can go through it. Just check out Chrono Cards. I'm not sponsored by them, so I don't give a shit. But like I said, I wouldn't mind being sponsored by them. But anyways, like I said, it's a simple format. I think it's easy. I use Excel. I'm pretty fluent in Excel, so I feel like it's just best for me in regards to using Chrono Cards. Like I said, always try whatever they have. I think a testing period. Try them out. See if you use. People live and die by Card Dealer Pro, so I don't know. I've used them once. I didn't really like them. I did the trial period. If you like them, use them. That's what my thoughts. Do people still buy on eBay, even with the fees, the scams, all that stuff? Do people sell on eBay? So this is the thing. eBay is still top notch in regards to availability. You're not going to find another platform that has as many cards available, whether it's just a unique, different types of cards. eBay is, it's one of those things. They just have a huge variety. I mean, there's so many users on there. There's over 100 and some million, users yearly. So you can just imagine all these people who are listing cards on a daily basis. So there's just all kinds of cards you can find on eBay. So yes, people are still selling and buying on there. I feel like eBay also does really well in regards to protecting the buyers. I wish they would do a little bit more protecting the sellers as much, but it is what it is. But the buyers are truly protected from eBay, and I feel like the authentication, all that stuff. eBay is trying to protect the buyers as much as possible, so people are still buying. Yes, there is a fee. That's just like any other stores, guys. Any other business, there's gonna have to be a fee to stay in business. So when people are like, fee-bay, I understand. It sucks. Hey, I'm a seller. I've been selling it on eBay for such a long time. I understand, the percentage that they take out. but it's a lot cheaper than for me having to have a brick and mortar and paying the lease and all that stuff. It's the nature of running a business. You're going to have fees. You have to pay for it. Obviously, you want to build those fees into your inventory, your whatever you're selling. It's the same thing with any business out there. If you purchase stuff at a store, a lot of the stuff, the overhead's already priced into those product, guys. So it doesn't matter. I understand, but it's just the nature of capitalism and running a business. So yes, people are still using eBay. I wish they would use it more. Sales are down, obviously, but I feel like I just, the time of the year, I think election year, I think economy, I think all kinds of stuff is affecting sales in general. Mother Nature, hurricanes, all that stuff, it affects sales and all that stuff. So at the end of the day, people are still buying it. Yes, there is fees. It sucks, but you know what? Nature of the business. Otherwise, do something else that you want to do. SGC or PSA, I can't decide on who to use. I have, a local store telling me to use PSA and PSA only, otherwise you won't sell. So this is tricky. When I say that, PSA, obviously we all know PSA currently gives you the highest return for your buck in regards to value-wise if you're looking to resell. SGC does okay, but they're still at about 40 to 50% of the resale value. I would say a PSA, maybe even less. Who knows? I haven't really tracked that. However, SGC is a little bit faster in regards to turnaround time. But will you be able to resell if it's an SGC versus PSA? From my experience, it's a little bit tougher, but SGC still moves. Unlike those no-named slabs, I hate to say it, they don't move as well. Even BGS doesn't move as well as SGC, at least in my experience. I think SGC moves pretty okay, not the greatest. However, this is the crazy thing is, so I'm in the Denver area, if you don't know. SGC doesn't move as well out here as I feel like in Iowa. So in Iowa, when I did shows over there, so this is just so you guys, I don't know, the Midwest seems to prefer SGC, or at least in Iowa, they're okay with SGC. They don't really frown upon it too much. Versus out here in Denver area, I feel like it's PSA is king. Everything else is kind of second tier. So you kind of figure out your niche on that. And then obviously how much you're looking to invest. I mean, if it's a specific, I still feel like the black tuxedo works for specific cards, vintage cards, obviously. But then specific card looks really nice in the black. And then specific cards look good in the PSA, so it all depends. And then if you're looking just straight resale value, value in itself, PSA is king currently. But other than that, you're going to have to figure it out which one you want to use. You can go by what your local card shop will tell you. I mean, they know what sells. So if you want to go by what they say, if they're saying SGC ain't selling in their region, so there you go. But you can always put on eBay, so you never know. GameStop and PSA submission group. So I had a lot of people ask me about this, my thoughts, my questions. Will I be using it? Can it save you money? It should save you money. So this is the biggest thing. This might be a long-winded answer. I know this video might be long anyways in a sense. But so if you guys don't know, GameStop is jumping into the grading realm, being a group submitter now for PSA, probably the biggest. I mean, with all the stores now. So my thoughts on it, because I think right now they're charging for like TCG cards like $14.99 or not $15, and I think sports cards in general is $19.99. So this is my thoughts. My thoughts only, guys. This is my point of view. Will I be using them currently? Unless they are around the $15 or less per sports cards. I don't do TCG, guys. So that's my thing. If they're around like $15 per card, I will consider using them. Will I use them currently at $19.99? No. The reason being is I usually wait for sales or specials that PSA has where it's a $16.99 or $17.99 or $14.99, whatever deals for specific sports cards to submit on that month. And then when you calculate the shipping and everything, it's still under $18 per card to get graded. So I'm going to use that, right? And then number two, I feel like the closest GameStop to me who even does sports cards currently right now is not super close. So you still have to consider time you drive there, gas, drive back and forth. You have to, just the hassle of going to another person to drop it off and then having them do, the packaging and shipping. So many things can happen. It's adding another hand into the party. I prefer me just shipping it directly and doing a bulk submission to PSA. So if anything happens, any issue happens, it's between me and PSA and the United States Postal Service or FedEx, whoever you use to ship, right? It's only 3 people. Now you add another 4th, there's so many things that can happen. They can lose. I mean, this is the thing. 99.999% of the time probably won't be an issue. But with my luck, I'll be that 0.1% that something happens, card gets damaged, it gets lost in the mail for whatever reason. If I can eliminate any issues like that, great. Obviously, there's a possibility fraud, swapping, steal, people. This is my thing. If I have a, super cool car, super expensive car, am I going to give it to GameStop, to a person who's making minimum wage or whatever the case may be, that they can take my $1,000 card that could be a $10,000 or $5,000 or even a $100 card that can be a $500 card, whatever, if it's a PSA 10, and trust that they're not going to swap out because if somebody else has that specific card. I'm just saying, man, I'm not saying all GameStop employees are bad, but I'm just saying that you're giving them the opportunity for that to happen. Whether it's they can lose it in the mail or they can swap it out. If a 10 comes in, they can swap it out with a 9. Like, hey, this is what you got, whatever. Or you just don't know. And then on top of that, damages of the card. Do they package it correctly as you would when you're submitting yourself? There's so many ifs, ands, or buts. If you can just eliminate that and you just send it yourself, you package yourself, you have nobody else to blame but yourself, the USPS or FedEx, whatever, and PSA, that's it. Eliminate another third hand. I understand it. It's, it could save people money. So this is the thing is, I think they're tailoring it towards people who are just getting into the grading hobby or who are looking to send 1 card, 2 cards. Sure, you can do that. I submit in bulk. And then I wait for specials. So at the end of the day, I'm still probably less than the $19.99 per card. And then on top of that, I get it directly. I don't have to go to another. It comes directly to my house. It comes directly to my location. So I don't have to wait for it. I don't have to go to another place for them to filter it out to make sure. Because I'm pretty sure GameStop is going to submit. They're not submitting just mine, right? They're going to submit a massive amount. So they have to go through each individual order that comes in, separate them. There's a lot of issues that could happen. I just don't want to deal with that. That's just my thoughts currently. Unless they can get cheaper, like I just say, if they can get to like the $14 per card or $10 per card to grade, I would highly, consider that because that would save me a lot of money. But right now, at $19.99, it's not my price point. It's a good price point if I'm just a single person submitting 1, 2, or 3 cards. Yeah, that'll work for me, but doesn't work for my situation. Your situation might be different, so to give you a heads up on that. Ads on my videos, it's annoying. Yeah, I know. Number one, if you don't like the ads, you could get a YouTube premium account and don't have to spend the ads, guys. I spend my time recording this. I'm monetized. I'm going to add the ads, man. It's not my fault. I click on monetization, if you're wondering, when I post up the video. It's not like I select the ads. So I don't know. That was a weird question, but I'm just like, become a YouTube premium, man. You don't even have to have any ads at all, period, guys. Stop being cheap. Thick cards, ESE. Do I ship in ESE? So this is the thing. I'm learning as I go. So thick card, patch cards, do I send an ESE? I do. So this is the thing. There is, you can send it in the, so this is the thing. I am slowly charging the ground advantage at $4 for super thick cards now. And then also I have purchased these eBay envelopes, which are kind of thicker cardboard. So it's not your basic plain white envelope. So I'm kind of moving away from that. Just a heads up on that, because I have run into issues where the United States Postal Service may have damaged some patch cards. So it has happened, guys. I'm not saying it hasn't. So I'm moving away from that. I'm slowly packaging in these, and it's a little bit higher of a cost, so I have to charge a little bit higher, but at least it's going to protect the card. I'm slowly moving away, like I say, these cardboard things. I think they're like 5 by 7 inch. It's kind of like what you send in a cardboard box, but it's still super thin. It's not the super high expensive postage. I think it's like $1.60 or something like that I'll have to end up paying. But it protects the patch cards, so I would slowly move away from it. This is my thoughts, because it's not working for me now, because I would say every so often I'm getting some damaged cards, and I don't like that. So when I'm shipping it into ESA, so I highly recommend not shipping that through a regular plain white envelope or ESE in that. Just go up the next notch and just charge a little bit extra. It is what it is. But I have noticed these thick cards are getting a little bit damaged. So there you guys go. Things you learn. How do I price the 50,000 listings I have on my store? So if you're doing this for a long time, and if you're doing this full time like I do, you kind of figure out the pricing of the cards. I price it and forget it. If you guys are wondering, do I go back? I do go back on slabs or higher end stuff when I get a chance to kind of reprice because comps change on those. But all my like single listings, the single cards that for a couple bucks here and there, I don't go back and reprice them. But what I do, so I don't know if this one will work for you, whenever I can run sales on those. So I can do 50% off, 20% off or something like that. So I will do that. And that's what I'm going to be doing on specific, older cars, things like that for inventory purposes wise. But other than that, don't go back. And then once you do these enough, when you see specific cards, you know how much they go for. So you know what to price them at. And that's how I do it. That's the only way you can do it. Higher end stuff, of course, you're going to comp it out and try to stay within comps if you can. Another question, weird, but it is what it is. Am I holding Bitcoin, crypto, Doge coins, all that crap, cryptocurrency? Weird question. I do hold some Bitcoin, not a ton. On a weekly basis, I throw a little bit of money into it, buying it, but that's it. I don't really go into too much crypto, NFT stuff. I think that's it could be the future. It could not be. Who knows? It's all speculation at the end of the day. But I don't want to miss the boat, so I put a little bit of money into it if you can. If you can afford it, great. If not, that's my thoughts. Am I holding a ton of it? Not a ton, but I do put it in a couple bucks every week or so. I just do that. It's just automatic. Who knows? If it blows up, great. I'll have a little bit of something. I'm not going to be a millionaire. I sell sports cards for a living, guys. Come on. Selling goals. So the last question here. Do I have selling goals? Set selling goals for the week. Weekly, what am I looking at? So I think at the beginning of this, I told everybody my goal, at least by the end of this year and hopefully by next year, is that I turn this into a six-figure rotational business. I'm pretty close to it. Not quite there yet. I'm hoping I get there. However, you have to break it down. So that's my yearly goal, or I guess you can say my overall goal is to make this a six-figure revenue generating business. I'm pretty close to it, like I said. Just not quite there yet. Hopefully by 2025, hopefully the economy picks up, things pick up, I can get there in time. Now, that's my yearly end of the year goal or whatever you want to call that. I do break it up into quarterly and then monthly. Weekly, I don't break into goals too much on the weekly because it's so fluctuating up and down. Quarterly is probably your best bet. I've been kind of calculating my quarterly goals of where I want to be, where I need to be. It's pretty simple, right? If you know you want to be at six figures, you know you have to be at 25K per quarter. Simple as that, right? That's kind of the goal. That's my goal. I'm not quite there. Certain quarters I was, earlier in this year, and then certain quarters I'm not. Remember, it's a fluctuating business. It's ups and downs. Right now I'm in a down. So that's the one thing, is create quarterly goals. Weekly goals, I think, is too short. Monthly goals is almost too short too, I feel like. But you can kind of use that if you want. You can see how you did last month, previous month, all that stuff. But quarterly goals, I feel like, is the best bet because it gives you a 3 months picture, snapshot of where you need to be, where you're at, and if you had a shitty quarter or a great quarter. So the next quarter you can kind of figure out and game plan. So that's what I'm doing right now. If you guys are wondering, I'm doing whatnot. I just did my first show in like 2 years. Did it go great? No. So many things has changed. The software program, everything. I had to, relearn the whole system of how to do whatnot. And it was fun. I missed it. Don't get me wrong. But it's like, I still have to build a following, and it's not a moneymaker. If you guys are wondering whatnot, I don't feel it's like a huge moneymaker. I hope it becomes one for me. I hope I become, but it is something I can move inventory. So it's at least it's generating some type of revenue. As I mentioned to you guys, my eBay stuff is down. Sales are down. I mean, I might be the only one in this whole span of the world, but I don't think I am. So you have to find another way. So I'm doing more in-person shows, and I'm going to do more Whatnot shows. So make sure links in the description. Follow me there. I'm probably going to do a show tonight, and then next week I'm going to try to do one a week, if not 2 shows a week. Just going to be dollar cards, slabs, things like that. Whatever I can generate some type of revenue to keep it rolling, guys. So you have to find different avenues, and that's the thing. I found my quarterly, goal. I'm not reaching it, so I had to figure it out. Do more shows. I have to figure it out. Got to do it. Whatnot. You got to keep on expanding. I'm building. I started a new eBay store. Links in the description. I'm going to do more sports memorabilia, whatever, or used sports equipment, whatever stuff I can, sell and stuff. So you got to find different avenues to subsidize the down market. It is what it is on that. So there you guys go. Hopefully that helps you guys a little bit, in my train of thought, right or wrong, just my experience, what I'm looking to do. Hopefully it helps you guys if you guys are looking to do this, or I'm just answering your guys' questions, man. Sorry video was long. You guys watched this far. Awesome. Appreciate you guys. Feel free to subscribe if you guys like this stuff. Don't forget, check out the eBay store. I put the link in the description. Super, super cheap cards. Every little bit helps me. Make sure you follow me on Whatnot. Make sure you follow me here. All that good stuff. Appreciate you guys more than words can say. Have a great weekend. Other than that, go Hawkeyes. Go Bears. They're on the bye week. Bears are looking good, so we'll see them next week on that end. Go Steph Curry. Warriors start next week. Let's go. Regular season for the NBA is starting up, boys and girls. So I'm kind of excited about that too. So other than that, man, have a good rest of the weekend. Till next time.